Hey Sagittarius, this is Leo with Half Moon Tarot. I will be doing your March 2024 reading. I've already meditated over the cards and asked that Spirit bring whatever is necessary for you to hear, for you to know, expect, and be prepared for. So, Sagittarius, you are coming into March full of fire, full of who you are. You are showing up, baby. Okay. I think that, first of all, you're coming in with the Six of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Wands. Okay. So, I think that coming into this month, you have been, I don't know. It's not like you've been playing it small. It's just like you haven't had the energy to really push back against anything. But then it's like, it's not that anything that was needed to be pushed back on. There might have been some things that raised an eyebrow or a couple of red flags, but they were more like pink. They weren't like, huge red flags. So I just think that you were in your soft era coming into March, right? And it's like, I think that, I don't know. It's almost like, this soft shit ain't working. Let me get back to the old me, right? Um, but I really think like coming in with that Six of Coins, that softness, that charitable work, that all that things that you were doing was there for a purpose. It wasn't so much to get you to the next level because you know how to get to the next level. It was more of balance, creating balance within yourself to know that you can retreat into something that is going to replenish you and not be in this rah, rah, rah all the time, this go, go, go all the time, because that's very depleting. And I think that is where you were before you came into March. You were very depleted in that space. And now that you are back, it's like back to business, back to me, back to Sagittarius, right? And this has only created balance for you. So now that we know what balance feels like, we can go out and we can do those things like the Nine of Wands says, and we can be in several different places with several different groups of people, enjoying, exploring, working in several different areas of your life. And we can also retreat back to that Six of Coins when we need to have that replenishment, when we need to save not only money, but save that space for yourself, right? It is almost like, yeah, I can go out and I can do things, but I'm gonna do that at brunch. There's no more nighttime clubbing. There's no more, staying up late, because I know what replenishment feels like and I crave it. Like, my social battery is very short now. I can go out and I can have those moments, but when it's time for me to go home and get in the bed, I'm going to do exactly that. Ain't no more after hour spots. Right? It's almost like, what's that meme that I just seen that was like, I'm getting to the point where I can go out to brunch or I can go out at night, but it won't be both. Okay. And I think like gone are the times of spreading yourself thin. Like everything has to have an intention. Going back to that Nine of Wands, I can do a lot of things, but they all have to have an intention. They all have to have a purpose. I'm no longer doing things just to be doing them anymore. It's almost like that experimental part of you has rested. It's in a state of rest right now. Not to say that you won't experiment more, but right now in this stage of life, Sagittarius, it is more of like, I don't need to experiment with too much more because I have a purpose in the things that I'm doing now, right? I have a purpose in myself. I know myself a little bit more from these past months that I've been pouring back into myself than I've been in my soft era. And now it's time to get back to business, okay? Allow me to reintroduce myself, okay? The Page of Wands talks about how when we find balance, we come back a little bit better, but we come back with better boundaries. Okay. So the fact that you can say no and really mean it, not to say that you didn't mean it before, but it would be like a no, well, no. And if there would be some type of compromise or some type of negotiation behind that no, at least for yourself. Not to say that somebody was negotiating your no, but at least for yourself, it would be like, well, I can do this and then I can do that. And then, yeah, I'll sleep later. So I can do this, that, and the other. It's no more of that. No more negotiating. It's like no is no, and that's it. Okay. So you've done all that you could do with what you had before. That puts you in a space of having to be in this soft era, and you found the benefits of that, right? So now that you're in that those benefits of what that softness feels like, it's like you're coming back replenished better than ever, but the answer is still no. Okay? The answer is yes to that, no to that. And that's it. Oh, I love this for you, Sagittarius. Coming into the King of Cups in this space of having to replenish yourself. I think that's where a lot of experimental things happened for you, Sagittarius. And the King of Cups talks about what filled your cup during that time, right? When you were in that replenishment era of your life, what filled your cup? And I think that moving forward, you're going to pour into those things more than, like I said, there's no more experimenting going on. That's at a rest for now, right? Because you got enough to pour into. So you're watering all those seeds that you planted during that time, and you're going for those things that really have purpose for you and your life. And I think the King of Cups embodies that very well. It's like what I'm doing is all for me. And pouring into those things has really helped me process some other things, right? I think a lot of processing has happened, especially a lot of childhood trauma processing has been happening for you, Sagittarius. And I think that you, during that replenishment time, you were on a journey for healing. You were on a journey for trying to figure things out for yourself. And it really paid off. It really paid off, and it will continue to pay off because healing is a lifelong thing that we're doing. It is not something that happens in 30 days. It is not something that happens in 30 years. It is a lifelong thing that we are doing. So I think that kicking it off in that way of that replenishment state is and will be an extreme benefit for you. Okay, because you always know where to turn to when you need to be replenished. The King of Wands, there's so many wands in this spread. I was like, hell yeah, back to business. Okay, it is almost like what you show on the outside and what is happening on the inside, they have relationship, right? So what is happening on the internal and what's happening on the external of you, they have relationship. So they're not separated anymore, right? It is almost like finding out that the secrets that you were keeping were actually keeping you from who you really are is like a big revelation for you, right? It was keeping you from actual growth. It was keeping you from your softness and your replenishment. And now that you have healed from those things, it's like I said, it's back to business, baby. Okay? The King of Wands says that. It is like you are in the seat and you have the opportunity to direct the pathway of your life. You have the ability to guide that direction. There's no like parental voice in the back of your head saying, hey, that's wrong, or you're not doing it right, or you're not doing it fast enough, or you're not doing it to my liking. There's no more of that because you've healed that part of you, Sagittarius, so that you've healed it enough so that you can move forward directing your own pathway, right? Doing what it is that you really want to do without having to second guess yourself. There's no more second guessing. And it's all thanks to this replenishment era that you were in. Okay. That brings me into the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands says, I'm coming out. I want the world to know, got to let it show, right? It's like you are coming into a space where you standing on business, 10 toes down, like you have found something new. There's not a lot of aha moments about you, but it all speaks in the actions that you take. It all speaks through the passion that you give out about the things that you're involved in or whomever you might be involved with. It is like you have gone through this topsy-turvy time into these calm waters and you're just swimming in them. All right. And the Ace of Wands is all about like embracing hobbies and embracing these things that you have poured into, embracing all the different parts of who you are, because it comes from home, it comes from childhood, it has a baseline, right? So the more that you heal that baseline, that family tie, the more you can stand out on your own, knowing that you can take that family tie or leave that family tie. And I think that's the most important, right? There's a lot of things that are trending right now, a lot of topics that are trending. Before it was narcissism, now it is a no contact, right? And maybe that is for some Sagittariuses. Maybe they have gone no contact with family, friends, loved ones, partners, whatever. They've gone no contact with them because of the revelations that they've had during this replenishment space, during this healing time, Sagittarius. So, what I'm going to say for you in this reading, moving forward, is to know that you are perfectly made, honey. You are perfectly made, and you have the ability to be 10 toes down in who you are and move forward in that, and pouring into the things that pour back into you, but also knowing that you have a space to replenish yourself, to restore yourself, to find that softness within you, and that is okay because you need time to yourself too. You cannot give yourself to other people and situations without you replenished, without you being replenished for yourself, right? So, Sagittarius, that has been your March 2024 reading. Let me know if this resonates with you. How does it align with you? Drop down in the comments. Let's have a conversation around it. If it doesn't apply, baby, let it fly. I'll talk to y'all next month. Be well.